Jomana Rashid. I'm the chairwoman of the Red Sea Film Festival Foundation.
Mohammed Turki, CEO of Red Sea International Film Festival Foundation. We have high hopes that this year will be a better, bigger, and more exciting festival on all aspects, from logistics, from film selection, from the market itself in Saudi. We are a new market, as you're aware. 2017 was the lift of the Saudi cinema ban. And till this day, we have over 580 screens and growing. We will reach the 2,500 mark before 2030. So not only Hollywood films that we thought was going to be the number one consumer market. At the festival, we realized Bollywood, South Korea, a lot of indie films from all over the world. We're packed. Most of our viewers love those films. So there's a hunger in the market for those art house films, for Indian films, for South Korean films. So this year we have 6 films from South Korea in our official selection. We have in conversations with the biggest Bollywood stars, Akshay Kumar, Ranbir Kapoor. We're honoring tonight Shah Rukh Khan. It's not just a film festival where you see films. We have a lot going on. We have a film lodge, a film lab. Yesterday, we opened the lodge with last year's jury president, Giuseppe Tornatore. So I think in that aspect, we've excelled. But also this year, because Saudi cinema is new, we have much more Saudi films in our selection. We have 9 Saudi films, and we have, I think, over 20 shorts. Women empowerment and supporting women in cinema was an initiative we launched last year. And we didn't do this by design. We have an incredible team led by remarkable women, starting with our chairwoman, Jomana, and she can highlight some more stuff on that aspect.
Thank you for joining us at the second edition of the Red Sea International Film Festival. We're delighted to be here again. I joined, I would say, a little over 3 months ago, so brand new to the team. It's been an absolute pleasure and privilege to be working with the team at the Red Sea International Film Festival Foundation. And what I can say is that there has been so much that has been going on in Saudi Arabia over the past 5 years, and especially since the launch of Vision 2030. But to see platforms such as the foundation bringing about that change and actioning it is truly an opportunity of a lifetime. As Mohammed was saying, this is not simply a festival. It's much more than that. We are bringing new talent to the market, and we are also trying to be a platform that can bridge between international talent and international know-how and the local region. As Mohammed said, this year we have 9 Saudi films, which we're exceptionally proud of, and hopefully next year we'll have much more. But yes, we are very much focused on empowerment, be it female empowerment or youth empowerment or just empowering talent overall. It's not simply on-screen talent, it's also behind the screen. What's happening there? It's an entire industry. And of course, Saudi right now is witnessing and going through seismic change and transformation. And the Red Sea Film Festival is playing its part as in the film industry. And that's what we're looking forward to showcasing over the next 10 days.
I have, till this day, a lot of surreal moments. One of the surrealist moments is last year when we were on the red carpet, just seeing Saudi talent, Saudi actresses in dresses walking down the red carpet. Just this is something that I never thought would ever happen. So it is like a reality that we're living today. But it's not only within the festival. You see it everywhere. You see it in coffee shops. You see it whether you're in Starbucks, whether you're in the airport. Even like to the simplest things, from an immigration officer is a female. She has, she's wearing Converse, and still Saudi dressed. But there's all these elements of globalization. There's all these elements that it shows you what is the country, and what state the country is, and what's ongoing. And it's not only through film; it's through culture in general, through fashion, music, history, culinary. There's a lot of development happening. We have incredible locations that now you can finally see on films, and it's a hub that all these filmmakers that want to have those virgin territories on film. Al Ula now is one of the most sought for film locations, but you also have Neom, you have Tabuk. Actually, our closing film, Valley Road, was shot in Asir. Um, and also within Sands, from the Saudi director Mo Al-Tawi, was shot within Alula. So I think this festival, even for Saudi goers, would be exciting to see finally our locations that have never been filmed before on the big screen, in the wonderful auditorium. 1,400 seats at the Ritz-Carlton, a converted conference hall, which is, I think, will be a great auditorium and an added value to a lot of guests who are here to have that experience.
I'd just like to add, on the outside, it may seem as if it's just a lifting of the ban on driving or lifting on the ban of cinema, but it's much more than that. It's opportunities that are now being presented to all Saudi citizens that did not exist before. And this has been brought about through the initiatives and the new programs and the new strategy that the leadership has decided to kind of announce and take on. But this change did not happen overnight. The fact, and I firmly believe that this has always been the trajectory of the country and the trajectory of Saudi Arabia. The fact that you have people like Mohammed and everyone that you'll meet over the next 10 days ready to take on such big roles and ready to roll out such big initiatives didn't happen overnight. These are people that have been trained, educated, empowered, and now unleashed. And this is our cultural renaissance. This is where we kind of come out and say, we're here, we have ideas, we're ambitious, we're bold, and we're courageous, and we're gonna bring about change, and we want to be part of that change. This is truly the transformation that's taking part in the country right now. And you'll see it everywhere, be it in the film industry or in the other sectors, be it financial sector, business sector, diplomacy. We've, of course, with various females becoming our ambassadors internationally, which is, again, a first in Saudi Arabia, but it's also the changing of mindsets. The fact that myself and Mohammed, both young Saudis sitting here on the same couch having this conversation with you, is something I wouldn't have thought would have been possible 10 years ago. Saudi Arabia is now offering 40% on film rebates, and I think that's the highest in the world. However, it's not simply about the rebates, and it's not simply about attracting production companies or talent to film in Saudi Arabia. It's also about creating the infrastructure and creating the industry locally. What Mohammed said at the very beginning of this interview about 9 films being shown at the film festival this year is a true testament to the trajectory and the sustainability and the growth of this industry. And we only see it rising. There's very high consumption. We are also a population, 70% of the population is under the age of 30. These people live on their mobile phones. They consume content on a daily basis. And the last statistic I read is that video consumption in Saudi Arabia alone is at 3.5 hours a day. Therefore, content needs to be created to meet that very high demand. And this is simply, and there's an increase in consumption habits. I'll let Mohammed speak further on international talent coming to Saudi Arabia.
But I'll just add to one thing she's saying also. We are the largest country in the Middle East. So we have over 35 million people. And you can't compare us to the UAE or the neighboring countries. Their population is literally way smaller. So we surpassed all these countries within 5 years from the lift of the cinema ban. We became the number one box office revenue in the market just within 5 years. We surpassed Egypt, which is literally had so much history, and it was the Hollywood of the Middle East for so many years. So that tells you from that aspect that why we will be sustainable. And we're not only a festival, we're a film foundation. A festival is just one pillar from what we're doing. So we have the Film Fund, which we support films from local talent. We increased our scope of work now. We're also going to support international films. We have our Film Labs, which is our educational program. We have a partnership with Torino Film Lab. We have a partnership with USC Film School. So we want people from the country to get scholarships, not only from the country, from the region. So this is not just... It didn't happen overnight. I'm sure there was a lot of planning even before I've joined, before Jomana has joined. But I think we're looking at this for the long run, and also to make Saudi a green place with job opportunities. The festival itself, there's so many job opportunities for locals. Uh, and not the city as a whole. The hotels are at a high capacity. The flights are overbooked because of a film festival. So you're creating so much job opportunities and so much business just within this week hosting the festival in Jeddah.